Ba, 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 ba. Everybody, welcome to the 100th episode of Making It Up As We Go. Woo! Hey, Sean, I dig the glasses.
Thank you, brother.
That's pretty awesome. I wish I would have had some of those.
Yeah, I'm jealous too.
Well, you do match with Paul, Sean,
sure,
because
yeah.
you're both wearing yellow.
Right.
I do have yellow in the logo, but
It's all
yeah,
good.
very awesome.
I think it
Very
makes my
well.
eyes look nice.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, you did a good job on those.
Yeah, those were pretty sweet.
I took the challenge and I did it.
There you go. That's all you can do. Awesome. Well, hey, welcome everybody. Yes, it is. We have made it. You all have suffered through to the 100th episode of this godforsaken show. And guess what? The first one's as bad as this one. So
Yeah.
very cool. Well, we had last week off, and then and now we're back here now. So, Sean, what have you been doing with your 2 weeks?
You know, I had a whole list of stuff and I forgot my list out in the shop. And the fun part about getting old, you forget everything you've done.
Yeah. There's two things that you forget when you're older, and I forget, or your memory goes, and I forget what the second one is.
I know, right?
Like that. Yeah.
But other than that, no, it's been a great week. Had a lot of fun. Let's see, anything to talk about? You know, I've been doing the show, of course, on Wednesdays. Those have been great. Stumbled across a lot of really cool stuff. Other than that, yeah, you know what? I guarantee you, after the show, I'll remember everything I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Well, if you think of it, you know, we're here.
I'll pop up every now and then with something.
Yeah, it's all good. All good. What about you, Mr. Paul? What have you been working on?
Hey, because we didn't have a show last week, I didn't get a chance to show this off.
Oh, the box is done.
Good.
Box all done. You put a steel ball in that hole and you move it around, and it should eventually come out that hole.
Sweet.
And I've done it once, and I don't plan on doing it again. Especially because my son did it a lot faster than I did. But yeah, it's a cool little puzzle.
Yeah.
And I like it so much that I got another one cut out. All I got to do is put it together.
Oh,
Nice.
And I did find out that plywood works a whole lot better than MDF for
For the live hinges.
live hinges.
That's what I was just going to ask you about, if you found that it worked better with the plywood.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
is that new flat ply or whatever they call it?
This is the stuff that I got from a guy that builds train modules.
Oh. Okay, I know. Okay, the good stuff.
Yeah, and really what it is, I believe, I can't tell if it's MDF core or if it's some other kind of core, but the plywood worked a lot better than the MDF did. I didn't embarrass myself at all putting this together.
Yeah, I didn't get any calls about the having a Onefinity put on Facebook Marketplace or anything like that. So
I decided to keep it.
I'm glad.
And I'm going to keep. Yeah, I'm going to keep my laser. I'm going to keep my Onefinity, and I'm going to keep my 3D printer, and I'm going to keep my messy workshop.
There you go. That's a good.
So that's all.
So there hasn't been any progress on the messy workshop portion of it. Just the project was finished.
Let's see. Has there been any? If anything, it's worse.
Good. Hey, progress is progress, one way or the other.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, they say you're not doing anything if you're totally clean shop.
I know Dave Gatton and I were going to have a support group for people with disorganization problems, and I'm failing.
Well,
See, I have that horizontal issue.
I do. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You see we can see the table behind you, Paul. we see.
it's bad.
My big problem is that the floor is also horizontal.
Well, so is mine, and so there's a treadmill right over there,
Yeah.
and that's a big horizontal surface.
Yeah, there's more and more stuff showing up all the time in this.
No, hey, that's new. I just caught it.
What's that? Oh, in the background, this guy
right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly what that.
Well, and all the stuff that's on the floor here.
Oh,
yeah. Well, it's actually been here for a while, but it was out in the garage. So it. I don't know if I don't think I talked about it yet. So a while back, the guy that, if anybody remembers my K40 laser, I bought it locally from a guy on Facebook Marketplace, which is the bane of my wife's existence. But so anyway, he was into, at the time, well, before then, I guess he was into doing going to like Jeep shows and stuff like that, and doing hooded sweatshirts with stuff on them, or mugs, or all the stickers and stuff like that. So he actually had 2 of these vinyl cutters that he was making stuff with. Well, he got into doing a food truck instead, and has now opened up a restaurant, and now has another food truck. So he doesn't do any of the vinyl stuff anymore. He called me up one day. He's like, "Hey, I've got these vinyl cutters. Are you interested?" And so we worked out a deal for him, and then we just never could get together to make the exchanges. And so then a couple months would go by, and he would go, "Hey, you still want these things? Do we want to do that?" I was like, yeah. Just tell me when to come over and get them, and I'll get them. And and then it wouldn't happen again. Well, I guess a couple months ago at this point, I saw him on Facebook, and he said, or he had some stuff out in his yard that he was giving away that was his ex-wife's. He was like, "Hey, we're spring cleaning, come get this garbage." And so I just sent him a message. And I said, "Hey, dude, hey, good on you. Congratulations on, moving forward, with the whole ex-wife thing and all that." And I'd given up on the cutters. I mean, I was like, whatever. But because, I mean, what do I really need 2 30-inch long vinyl cutters for? I have a Cricut, whatever. But he goes, "Hey, you still want those vinyl cutters?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like, "All right, well, come over and get them." I was like, "All right." I said, "You want me to come over right now?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right." Getting in the truck, and I headed over there. And so I get over there, we load them up, and then he starts pulling out bins of vinyl. I mean, look at this here. Lots. Wow. There's 3 boxes there. There's one behind these 2 bins. It's right there.
That's crazy.
Lots of vinyl stuff, and he starts loading that up too. And I'm like, in my head, I'm going, "Oh, this is getting expensive." Because it was 2 of these vinyl cutters, and then all this vinyl, and there's some of it that's not even out of the wrappers. Like, and it's, I mean,
so that means you have some iron on vinyl too.
It's big rolls of vinyl, It's not a little roll from Michael's or something. Mm-hmm. So I was like, "All right, hit me with it. How much am I in for?" And I was ready to pay him whatever. I mean, it was all worth it. And he was like, "Nope, you're getting it out of the house. It's good enough for me."
Wow.
I went, "What?" He's like, "Yep, just take it, dude. You're good." I was like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yep, I don't want it in my house anymore." So, so I ended up, a friend of ours, she does the, mugs and some stickers and stuff like that. And she was doing it all off of a Cricut. So I gave her the other one. She had I guess found herself unemployed at the beginning of the year. So I was like, here's this vinyl cutter. Take it, make some stuff, and help grow your business and all that. So that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
But yeah, so I need to find out what programs I need to use with it and stuff like that, and start. I've got a project I'm already designing that I need it to cut some stuff with. So as soon as I can put some kind of program onto a computer I can use, I'm actually going to put it to use. So pretty awesome. But anyway, so that was that. But for the last 2 weeks, it's been a whirlwind of rock and roll. So I guess what was it? The Wednesday before the last show that we did, my wife and I went to go see Metallica here at the Redskins Stadium in DC, or actually, I mean, I guess it's Landover, Maryland right now, but whatever. And it was a great time. Well, then now a week later, she had also bought tickets to go see them down in Tampa Bay. So we took a trip down there with my brother and his wife, and spend a couple days down in Florida, watching Metallica, and got to see Limp Bizkit.
That is awesome.
That was my favorite part of the weekend was watching Limp Bizkit. They were great. It's the first time I've ever seen them play, and being able to see them in that stadium was pretty awesome. Anybody down has a chance to ever go to Raymond James Stadium down there in Tampa, it's a great stadium to go to. I really would like to go see a football game there, because it's a really cool stadium. My wife had actually gotten a Airbnb like right down the street, 5 minutes from this dude's house that we rented. You were at the stadium. I mean, it was wild. And it's kind of funny, like everybody around that area, they all have parking. Like they give parking spaces to people for the shows or football games or whatever. It was pretty wild. So, but it wasn't loud like where we were, even though we were that close. Cody's asking, did they serve hot dog flavored water? They did talk about chocolate starfishes. It was pretty good. It was a fantastic time. So the concert, the first night was on Friday. We were supposed to fly down there on Thursday evening, and we at my local airport, which is really cool because it's only one terminal, and it flies to Tampa. And so we're telling my brother about this. We're like, look, dude, this is the greatest airport in the world to fly out of because it flies to like 4 places only. It goes to Myrtle Beach, it goes to Tampa, it goes to Orlando sometimes, and like one other place. We were like, it's great. Yeah. So we get there Thursday night, and Thursday night there were storms. Turns out there was a big concert thing in Myrtle Beach, like a big country music festival concert thing. And evidently it was like getting washed out and stuff like that. And we were like, wow, that's crazy. Well, it turns out that's where our plane was coming from. So even though, oh man, I'm dropping stuff.
Whoops.
Even though it's only an hour flight from Myrtle Beach to here, the plane just kept on getting delayed further and further back because of the weather. And then by midnight, they came on and were like, well, we're pushing it off till tomorrow because even though they've landed now, the crew is timed out. We can't get another crew in here until the morning. So we end up flying down on Friday morning instead, which was fine. But our days that Friday we went down. so got settled in, and then went to the concert. And then Saturday we got up and we went to Hollywood Studios and did some Disneying all day long.
Oh, fun.
Oh yeah, it was a good time. And I meant to start the show a different way, but I'll show that in a minute here. But anyway, it would have been funny. But I got sidetracked. Anyway, so and then Sunday we went to the second part of the concert, and then Monday we went to Animal Kingdom, and which was fun. And then the plane wasn't taking off until Tuesday morning, so that's the only downside to our little airport, is that it's not like an everyday thing where it goes places. So it even though we were a day and a half past the concerts, we couldn't really fly home until then. So but it was good. Had a fantastic time. Bought some stuff that we had to like fit onto the airplanes and stuff like that. I mean, it was a mess, absolute mess, but it was a lot of fun. And then just been trying to get back at it here since I've been back. Today we went to. I'm actually printing out a part for a video right now, so there's another 3D printing video coming. Well, if you saw the video from earlier today, I did something special for the 100th episode. Look at this. I thought about this yesterday morning, and I was like, all right, well, I guess I got to get this done. Wanted something special for everybody for to be able to show. So the scoreboard has been mounted. So please go check out that video. It was fun. It was 90 something.
I'm not gonna lie. I started watching it, and you were talking about it. The moment I saw this, I started busting up. I knew exactly what it was going to be.
Yep. So I was like, oh, here we go. We're gonna try to get this done. I even like it made me laugh in one part of the video, because I'm like, I have the tools to hang this thing, but I can't bring it down here to do it. It would have been so easy. And then I called put a call into my father-in-law. I was like, well, maybe he can come down here with with his tractor. And we can put it on the bucket and raise it up. And but he was sleeping, and he was supposed to work overnight last night and stuff like that. So I was like, screw it, I'm just going for it, and we're gonna get this stupid thing up here. But
but you did it right. I love it.
Yeah, I got up there, and I went down there this morning and to get something out of there, because we had a picnic to go to today. And as soon as I opened the door and I saw it, I just started laughing. I was like, yes, it's so awesome. So that black thing underneath of there, that's a mount for a TV. I have an old 50-inch plasma TV that it was sitting back here in the office for a good number of months, that is supposed to hang on that spot. The problem is that it's a old plasma, and the mounting holes on it are wider than what that mount can do. So
wow,
it's a mess. So I got to make like a mount or something like that, or an adapter plate for it to mount to the mounts, something like that. I don't know. No, but no, Steve, I did not use the forklift to get it up there. So that was the thing. I started laughing about it, because I'm like, I got this stupid forklift and I can't even use it to get it to put this up here. But it was fun. Fun little video to make, and so I got that all done up yesterday and uploaded it and had it go live today. So it still doesn't work, but. And you can see there's a number missing, and one of the goal things missing, and that's because I removed them so I could model everything up. So I have all the parts to do it. Maybe that'll be the kick in the pants to actually get that project finished. So, it'll be pretty good. Thanks, Harry. I appreciate it, buddy. So the scoreboard's up there. It's actually slightly crooked, which I don't understand how it's crooked up there, but it is. The right side is about an inch lower than the left side, but I need to get up there somehow and fix it. But
Looks awesome on video.
Oh, it's cool. It's so funny, like walking in there and seeing this thing. I had a guy come in, like not even 10 minutes after I was done hanging it. There was a guy that showed up to buy a pressure washer, and I'm just like standing there laughing at it, and he's like, "Dude, that's cool." I was like, "Yeah, it's awesome." And then we started talking about 3D printers and stuff. So it was a good time. But yeah, pretty happy it's up there. So it's off the floor, which is a good thing.
How many years?
Now, can you do all the modifications to it with it hung up there?
Yeah, the front pieces come off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why I felt like I was safe to put it up there. And the front panels will come right off. So yeah, pretty cool. I can't wait to. We're looking forward to getting it more operational. I don't know what kind of operational it's going to end up being. Besides, I want the timer to be a clock at least. So, but I don't know if the other stuff is going to do anything or not, or just light up.
Oh, the cool thing though is if you get home and guest, at least those to work, with a push button or something.
Yeah.
And then you can do cornhole or any of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to be able to have a timer, and then have it be able to switch to a clock if it wanted to be a clock, and then have the home and away numbers be able to manipulate with all the other penalty timers and all that. Originally, I wanted everything to work. Like, you could set different timers all over the place and stuff, but I just want them to light up at this point. I don't just work. That's all I wanted to do. So, but it didn't have, when I got it. If anybody didn't see the first video, which nobody really watched it either, but it doesn't have the control box. So, and you can't find that control box anywhere. So I really didn't have a way to operate it. I could turn it on and it would cycle through, 0 through 9, and it would just cycle the numbers back and around, but it wouldn't do anything. So, the last project I had with my Ender 3 was printing out 300 hours worth of prints to change it all over to LED bulbs. So it should look pretty cool if I can get it done. But fun times.
Oh, it still looks cool. Just
just up there. It's awesome. Yeah. I'm so excited that it's up there.
Oh
yeah. But anyway, yeah. So that was a big thing for yesterday. Got some good stuff coming along. So it's been fun. Trying to make more regular videos between this channel, like doing 3D printing and laser stuff, and the Ranger CNC channel, which is all going to be just CNC stuff. So, trying to make it work out. The Ranger CNC channel. If nobody's subscribed to that one yet, go subscribe to it. It's at Ranger CNC with the YouTube stuff. We've reached over 100 subscribers on that one, so that's pretty cool to have. So working on it.
Did you read Cody's comment?
Oh, maybe by show 200, I'll get my door trim up. Yeah, well, hey, Cody. The door trim around my old office still isn't up either, so I'm not going to hold you to the flames too much. It's now my wife's office, so it looks fine. It looks fine from down here. So,
I just caught this. I did not notice the table video until just now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was which is funny because I actually thought that I put that video up like months ago.
Oh.
Yeah, and because Paul was asking me, saying something about it, and I was like, well, yeah, I made this other did the video on the other table for my son's thing, and he was looked at me like I had 5 heads, and I was like, well, maybe I didn't put that video up. It turns out I didn't put that video up, so I put it up on the Ranger CNC channel, and but it's a cool table. I actually need to make another table.
Paul,
I'm going to use that
Paul,
same.
Paul, look at this. I think he's got you beat.
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, I'll tell you, it's close. It's awful close.
Yeah, well, but that was also like 6 months ago.
You can make some neat stickers for that forklift.
Yeah, you could. I did buy a battery for it. I just got that in while I was away, but I did forget to order a charger for it, so I can't try it out yet on the forklift to see if I can get that thing to move until I put a charge on it.
So he needs a sticker that says "Just fork it."
Yeah, forked up. Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, if this little battery, I got a lithium, a 24 volt, 100 amp hour lithium battery for it. It was like $300, and so I'm gonna. The plan is to try and see if it makes it move around, because I don't know if the amp draw on that thing is going to be what that amp draw is going to be on that thing to get it to move. Because if it's like over 200 amps, it's going to trip the BMS in the battery. So we'll see. Yeah, Steve, 6 months ago, so it's deeper now. I've actually been making progress, believe it or not, in there. There's progress happening, positive progress, not just negative progress like in Paul's workshop. It has actually gotten a little bit cleaner. So, and it'll be even better once I get the forklift out of there too. So, you can't put a car in there, but it is what it is.
But
room for your little mini.
Yeah. Well, and that reminds me. So a guy so I love, everybody that knows me knows I love old Volkswagens. So I was part of a website back in the day called Volksrods.com, and where we would, guys would make hot rods out of old VW Beetles and stuff like that. So there's a group on Facebook on Messenger, where a group of those guys are still, chatting and all that stuff. One of them actually put up the other day a picture. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick, and I'll put it on the screen here. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Slip up here, and there's a guy in Tiltonsville, Ohio that has one.
Oh, is it even?
Oh,
but
he's got it lifted.
It's all stuff. That's all VW running gear underneath of it. So it's got a VW transmission and front beam and all that stuff.
Oh, and, cool.
He squeezed a motor in there?
But yeah, I don't know how. There's not any room under the thing. So, I would have some ideas, but I didn't get to see the other pictures. This was just a screenshot. So I need to ask him to send to connect me with this guy, because it's the same. It's the Zeely. So I need to find out if he's got any extra parts that were
like a rear axle.
Yeah, anything. But if he does, then I might go to Ohio. I wish I could just buy the whole car, but they're small, so you can fit them in easy, but no. I need to stop at some point here. And one of the golf carts is becoming a new project. So There's actually clues to that in the scoreboard video. There are clues that are shown about what's happening with said golf cart. So I will not confirm nor deny anything, but if you watch that video closely and keep an eye out for what's around, you might see something that could become part of a golf cart at some point. But anyway,
is it next to the one that's sitting on its side? Is the question.
I cannot confirm nor deny what is the possible project that's going to be happening. No. Anyway, all right. Well, let's. How about we get started with some of these videos and stuff because. Well, actually, we got to do that in here in a second. We've got some news that we can cover. The first bit of news is that BQ, Big Tree Tech, has put out a notice, I guess, talking about the Bamboo Touch. So if anybody remembers recently, Bamboo's been doing some software changes or firmware changes on these machines, and it was going to negatively affect the Bamboo Touch and some other auxiliary, toys that went along on those. That has now happened, and where's it at here? Pulling this up. BQ says, as promised, we release a notification for any significant Bamboo firmware updates that may affect Panda Touch to help you keep you as our users information or informed. It should be noted that this announcement is only relevant to the Panda Touch, and the other Panda series products remain unaffected. So the Panda Touch is a touchscreen that was made for the P1S models here, since they have the garbagey little dot matrix screen on them. They'd released a touchscreen piece that went on there. Their message goes on to talk about the new firmware update from Bamboo, and if you go to that one, Panda Touch no longer works. It is done. So they suggest if you want to keep using the Panda Touch, not to upgrade the firmware any further. I think you can
I think
also
Bamboo. I think they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, I don't like that they've locked it down like that either. I think it's kind of crappy. But if you have the Panda Touch, or I mean, if Bamboo just got in collaboration with them to make it a Bamboo authorized product or something, like how there should be some kind of workaround with that. Because the people that have the P1Ss do like a color screen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the A1 is half the price and has a color touchscreen.
Right there.
You know, it's they should do that. But yeah, so Panda Touch is no longer working on any of those machines if you upgrade the firmware. Also, something that's just come out is from Etsy.
Yeah, that's a big one, actually.
This is huge.
It's going to be half of their user base.
It's going to be interesting for sure.
There'll only be 4 people selling on Etsy.
Yeah, well, hey, as somebody that makes their own designs for all that stuff, it doesn't affect me negatively anyway. But so Etsy is saying that under the headlines of items made by a seller, items producing using computerized tools like a laser, 3D printer, CNC, or Cricut machine must now be made from the seller's own design. Using templates designed by others is no longer allowed. which will likely impact many shops which currently use templates from other creators or artists. So they have now updated it. So, hey, some people better start learning how to use some design software. Because if you don't know how to use a design software to make your own product, you're going to be out of luck. So I don't know how they really enforce that or anything, but I mean, because you could make, 10 people could make something that looks identical. And if it's their own design to do that, or they created their file to do that, then, what if Etsy goes and shuts you down because they say that you're not, yours is the same. You took yours from somebody else when you didn't. So, yeah. What about? Yeah, Harry's got a good point too. What about designs in the public domain? Yeah, who knows? It's going to be interesting.
Well, if it says that you must design it, that leaves those out too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting.
So even if a company says you can take our design and you can sell as many as you want, you just can't sell the plans.
Yeah.
You can't even do that.
Nope.
It can, even though they gave you permission to do it, you can't sell it on Etsy.
But what if you modify it?
That's a good.
It would have to be your design. Yeah, so you'd have to modify it in some.
So you put the letter 7 on it, or the number 7.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting for sure. I'm sure Steve and Dave will talk about it tomorrow night on their Sunday night show because it affects a lot of people. I think, especially and they sell those files for people too. Like they sell files of stuff that they've designed, so it won't affect their shop, but it could affect their sales if they do commercial licensing for stuff, which I don't know if you do or not, Steve and Dave. I don't know, but if you do, then it would affect those customers. So kind of crazy. Well, but I don't know how you really enforce it. That'll be the hard part, I think. So nuts, absolutely nuts. Let's see here. Oh, Troy's asking, what do you guys recommend for a first and probably only 3D printer for a beginner without breaking the bank? Yeah. I mean, really, right now, that's probably the choice right there.
The Elegoo, yeah.
Yeah. That, Steve says most people that buy his files are selling local and not online. Okay. Yeah, which would be fine, I guess. Etsy wouldn't. It's not. They're not selling the product on Etsy, so okay.
Flea markets, craft shows.
Yeah. Yeah, Troy. Right now, probably the best deal in 3D printing is that Centauri Carbon from Elegoo.
I have not had any issues, and so far, everyone that I've talked to, they love it.
Yeah,
it's been hassle-free and zero clogs, zero issues. I haven't even had a failed print for the whole time. But I mean, I clean the bed every time. That's my only thing is I wipe it down with IPA and go to the next print, and I've never had an issue with it.
Yeah. Yeah, from I mean, I don't have one, but from the reviews and all that I've heard, and Sean using his and singing its praises, it's probably the best deal in 3D printing at this point, and I think it's $300.
Yep, $299.
Yeah, so it's a single color printer, which is the
soon to change.
Yeah, soon to change. You can do that. Be able to add color stuff to it at a later point. But really, for most people, you're only printing things in one color anyway. The whole material thing is really overall in 3D printing, it's pretty new still.
Yeah. Steve is right though. There is a wait. There is a waiting period right
now. Yeah. So, if I had a link for you there, Troy, I would give it to you. But I don't have one for Elegoo. But yeah, I would say the Elegoo Centauri Carbon is probably the machine to get right now. It's a good looking machine. It's been very tempting to get one. Very tempting. So
where is that coming from? Oh, sorry, guys.
you're all right. Well, I thought also we could start a kind of smaller segment on the show talking about some of the Kickstarters that are out there. Because there's always some really interesting Kickstarters that are showing up. Some companies use them for kind of their pre-sale stuff, which I don't think is in the spirit of Kickstarter, but people, they allow it. So, oh, there you go, Troy. Yeah, Sean just put a link up to it. So I found 3 Kickstarters that we can keep an eye on and see what happens with them as they go forward. The first one is this Aero Dry. We'll switch. Let's switch our things here so we can blow that up for people to see. This looks really cool. So this guy's, I think he's out of like Delaware or something. But it's a 3D printed modular filament dryer. So you can, and I think you can get up to like 12 kilograms.
Oh, wow, big rolls.
Build it up to them, or like, well, to build it to be able to hold up to like 12 kilograms of spools. But it's a fully 3D printed design for the case and all that. It has ceramic heaters that go inside. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool setup. It's already gotten past its goal of $1,800, and it's sitting at 10,638 right now. So that's pretty awesome with 25 days left to go. But so I'm assuming this is all just for the files from what I was looking at on this thing. But pretty cool. We'll keep an eye on it and do some more research on this thing. Because I just ran across this one, so I really haven't been able to look too deep into it. But I like the thought and idea of it. Hey, I just hope that your filament's not wet when you have to make this. So
it'll dry it out once you're done.
Yeah, it'll be done once you're done. Yeah. It'd be kind of cool. So, but it's a good looking design. I think it'll be pretty cool. So obviously it's funded, so we'll see what happens with that one. The next one that we'll take a look at, Soval. So they, 6 months ago or something like that, they came out with the SV08, which is a Voron inspired 3D printer. It's kind of like a factory made Voron. Voron printers are one that you self source all the parts and all that stuff, and overall it's a nice high end printer. So Soval is just trying to take all the build and procurement out of it, and they made the SV08, which was I think it's like a 350 millimeter build plate size or something like that. And now the Max is the new one that they're releasing, which is 500 by 500 by 500. So it's a huge printer.
It's a beast.
Yeah. It's not quite as big as the Orange Storm, but it's a big boy. So there's been a couple of videos on it out there. Yeah. If you look there on the right, so you can get it 2 different ways. You can get it without the enclosure for $9.99, which seems like a fantastic deal for it. Or you can get an enclosure, and I think the enclosure is like maybe it's $1,200 or just under $1,200 for it. But there's been a couple of videos of people that have reviewed them. One of them was we've talked about her several times on the show, MM's Prop Shop. She got one of the early units to review and check out, and seems like it's pretty awesome. Sounds like she's super excited for it because you can if she prints out all kinds of Star Wars droids and stuff like that. And one thing that this one will be able to do is do like the R2D2 dome.
Oh yeah, the
in
whole
one
thing.
piece. So it you can it's big enough to do that. It's got like a really cool system for bed leveling too. It's got an eddy current sensor. So in the videos I was watching there, I mean, it's just like flying over the bed. It's not a 15-minute process like it can be on on these other machines where it's waiting. Yeah, there's that. There she is right there. Yeah, it's her video. But yeah, it's pretty impressive. It should be pretty cool. So they supersized it and evidently fixed a lot of issues that they had with the smaller printer and stuff too. So
that's massive.
Yeah, that was like did like the whole torso of a droid like in one go, where normally it would be like 8 pieces. So it pretty sweet. We'll see how that goes. It's looking up top there. It's already. I mean, it's blown away. It's a pre-order thing. As far as I think it's like $500,000 right now that they've raised for it. 585. Yeah. Yep. So. It's coming, and the thing says that they're coming out in August. So.
585,000.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. So I mean, they've sold a bunch of them, but all the things say that they're going to be shipped in August down below. So, from the one that like MM's Prop Shop has and all that, they were supposedly the ready to go unit. So I mean, they're producing them right now. So as soon as I guess this 18 days goes by, within 30 more days they're going to be shipping them. It'll so.
I could do what is it? Darth helmet.
Oh yeah, from Spaceballs. Yes.
Spaceballs 2 is coming out.
That is what I intended to put on as our now for something different video, but I ran out of time to put it on there. So yeah, Spaceballs 2 is coming.
The search for more money, is that what it is?
Yes, probably. They're going to get that dude on that we showed on there the one time, and he's going to go, "We still ain't found shit." He's going to do it. The whole thing is just going to be hilarious. So,
do you know who that's also Tuvok from Voyager?
Yes.
A lot of people didn't realize that.
Yeah, but yeah, the video that we showed on him the one time, he's like, I'm this classically trained, actor, and blah 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 blah, and everybody knows me from one line.
We ain't
found shit. So, pretty awesome. But yeah, so this is another wild looking printer. So we'll see how that one goes. Something else that I did see on this that I'm glad that a company is doing this. Like they're not trying to reskin the slicer. It ships with Orca slicer as being intended to be used for its main slicer. Like they didn't take one and take an older version of it and put Sovol all over it and try to screw around with it. They were just like, use Orca slicer. Go. So, oh yeah, there he is. Yeah, Rick Moranis is coming back and everything. It's fantastic.
Oh, that'll be so cool. The only one is Barf.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But it's not good.
Yeah. All right. Well, the third Kickstarter that I wanted to bring up, I don't. There he is.
That's the best part.
Found shit. There you go.
Comb the desert.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I should make one of those helmets. That would be funny. So, but all right. So, we're going to end up getting a copyright strike on that one. So now we got also Gwiki. I guess that's how you say that name.
Gwiki.
Gwiki. G Wiki. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is potentially a very big disruptor in the industry. So this is who is it? X Tool was coming out with a laser cutter, and now this Gwiki has one too. But the Gwiki one, when you get all the parts for it and in order, it's like $12,000 instead of 20 for the X Tool one of this, and 40, 50 for a normal one of these types of machines that can cut metal and stuff like that. So this will be rather interesting.
I love that idea right there.
Yeah, the Kickstarter is really cool. Like what you can buy, because you can just buy the laser cutter portion itself, like as a handheld. You can buy a couple different. There's like an 800-watt one and a 1200-watt one. Yeah, look, he pulls the unit out and he's out welding a fence with it.
So that's the awesome part of it. You can do both, cut and weld.
Yeah. So you can, and then you put it back into the machine and still use the machine. So I guess like the least expensive versions of this, you can buy just that little laser gun, that piece right there. And as you get up higher in cost, you can put it inside the machine. So pretty cool.
Cut wood.
Yeah, you can use it as a regular laser cutter. You can get a corgi.
Tattoo on the corgi.
Yeah. So, but look how much they've already raised. There's 11 days to go, and they've raised $2.3 million on this machine.
Yeah,
this could be a real game changer. And this Gwiki people, they've had other stuff. So this again is more of a, I guess, like a pre-order type of thing, more so than a Kickstarter. So should be pretty wild. We'll see what happens with that though. Well, that's right. I knocked my mouse to oblivion a while ago. Have to use my finger on my laptop to get stuff moving around now. Oh, let's see here. All right, well, let's get some moving with some of these other videos for the week, and we'll see what else is out there. Yeah, this one kind of could have been. This is from 3D Printer Mike. There are a couple different creators came out with videos about this. So there's been some leaks from Bamboo on a new machine, which would be the H2D, but not super expensive. So I forget how this video was actually out like 2 weeks ago. But this is supposedly a leaked shot of inside the machine. And you can see there's a bunch of differences from this to the H2D. Namely, there's one nozzle. It looks very, very, very similar to the A1 tool head with the round little spinny bit on where it's placed at and all that. So it very well, people are saying that this is the P1S version of the H2D. So there's a bunch of other changes that people noticed from this picture, but I don't remember what they were. I think like maybe the belt size is different or something like that. But mainly the tool head is obviously the big thing. So
I like the idea of this thing will less things go wrong.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And there's a lot of mechanical, because you'd have one head drop, other one would pick up, and vice versa.
Yeah. Well, and you can not have to deal with the laser inside the machine.
My opinion, not a smart move.
No, I wonder how many people actually bought it with the laser. So, we'll see. We will see. But yeah, so 3D printer Mike. All these videos and stuff, they're all linked in the description, so you don't have to go try to find them or hunt them down. They're all down there, including those Kickstarters and all that good stuff too. So if you want to go watch the full videos on it, go right ahead. So as you can see right above my head, Mike is actually talking about this picture and all that good stuff. So should be pretty cool. Stupid, this thing messed up again. All right. The next one that we got to talk about is from Mr. Gatton. Mr. Gatton is having a lot of fun. He's been putting out a bunch of videos. So he's don't mind me. I'm just moving out. I got to fix this P1S real quick. But I'll just yell. The filament's got me stuck. This, it's so close to finishing. It's doing top layers now. Yes, Mr. Gatton has done is working on his new machine, and he did a tool setter for it now. Pretty cool tool setter. Buried it up in the front of the machine, and he said he did like a 3D printed mount up underneath of it, which will be nice because it'll keep the whole thing out of the way. What else has he been doing recently on this thing? He also did limit switches and stuff.
Didn't I catch a tool changer?
Well, he's got it prepped if he wants to do a tool changer.
Okay, that's what it was.
If I keep talking to him, maybe he'll order it. I keep saying, you might as well just order it.
That and the G3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
It's cool to see Dave back into his groove.
Yes. Oh, yes. So I mean, his new machine is pretty stout, so it'll be really cool to see it keep on running. That thing is. Oh man, something's messed up. Hold on a second. Oh, what is going on?
The woes of 3D printing.
Well, I didn't put it back on straight. I don't know. One of the bad parts about putting a cardboard spool on that thing, maybe it'll go. But then we'll find out. It says it's 95. It's only got 3 layers left to do, so it's really close to being done. But anyway, yes, Mr. Gatton is working on his new machine, so it's not a whole lot left for him to do before really cutting the crap out of everything with it. You got to put dog holes in it, so that's awesome. So I'm assuming he's going to 3D print out some dog hole or
Yep.
plugs for it. He's got the tool setter now, so he's setting it up really nice. Can't wait to see it keep on running. Super fun.
Can't wait to see what he comes up with.
Yeah. On the Dave's Wednesday show that Paul and I were on, Dave was showing that there's actually one of my biggest gripe about the Onefinity Elite stuff is that you have the Masso 3 Touch, and you've got this whole like octopus of wires that goes up into it, and I don't like that. I think it just doesn't look good, and but Dave actually found that I guess like the night before or something that Masso had just put out another video about adding this type of setup to the Masso. So the way that Dave did the this little piece right there in the middle, which is like a breakout board, and so Masso actually sells a breakout board that goes on and will just take 2 wires out of the case of the Masso 3 Touch, and you can put another box somewhere else to run all the wiring to. And man, is it clean everything up so nicely. But I don't think that, since most of the sales of the Masso 3 Touch, I think, are the Onefinity Elite owners, I don't think that they know about that this is a possibility of something that you could buy. Because if they did, I think everybody would be putting it on, because it's like a $200 add-on to the Masso 3 Touch.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I mean, if you're spending $1,500 on a controller, you know, at that point, what's another $200 to make everything look nicer? So I think if people knew about that, they would be buying it a whole lot more.
Or source your own parts and do it for even way less.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I mean, because you could do it just like Dave has it here. But I guess the way that the Masso one, or the Masso licensed one, the way it does it's pretty cool, because it actually replaces, like, you take the cover off of the Masso, and this like plugs into all of the outputs and moves all the outputs to a different spot. So I don't know what the cost difference would be by doing it yourself. It might not be worth it at that point, you know, if you had something like that. So
True.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, but I think more the Onefinity people, when they find out about that thing, I think a lot more people will be buying it.
I want to say Dave did in his video, he did mention the price, but I don't remember what it was off the top of my head.
Yeah, it was only like $230 or something like that. I mean, it was not $230 to move your wires. Yeah, that seems like a lot, but when you're spending $1,500 on a controller,
I thought it was less.
The $200 isn't bad. But
that is cool. Here. Well done.
Oh man, Cody said he bought a $300 night vision camera on Kickstarter and it never showed up.
No,
that's a bummer. Night vision cameras are awesome. Very cool. So, fun times. So anyway, yeah. So Mr. Gatton's going hog wild on some good videos, and that tool setter was only like $35, so it wasn't even super expensive to add.
That's a nice one too.
Yeah. So fun times. All right. Well, we'll move on then to CNC Labs. We've had 2 really nice ones. Man, that damn thing got locked up again. CNC Labs has 2 videos that we were talking about back to back. The first is a shop tour, and man, Andy Lee takes you everywhere in this shop tour. And what a setup these guys have! It's wild. The how much that they have grown over the last 5 years is pretty impressive. And they keep taking over more and more space in this building that they're at. No, look at those. Oh, wow, that's nice. Yeah, they have parts of 2 floors now in their building. The bottom floor, I heard him say it's like 18,000 square feet. I don't think he said anything about what the upper floor was, but there's another section of that building that they're about to take over, and it's another 3,000 feet. So I would assume that they probably have a 3,000 square foot area on that upper floor already. Just judging from the way that the camera's running around, it's got to be at least 3,000 square feet, I would imagine. So, but yeah, I mean, great setup. I mean, they really show you a lot of what they're doing and what they've got going on. He even shows you that they have a Onefinity in their break room, which I thought was funny. because they were. What he says about it is that they were testing their spindle, and so they bought a Onefinity to test out the spindle with to make sure that the people that bought it for that it would work. So pretty cool. Yep, there it is, right there in the background, right over his shoulder. There's the Onefinity Elite. You can see the Master Touch back there. I would imagine that they also got that to be able to play with the Masso Touch on the machine.
Oh yeah,
they could have just bought it by itself, but having both of them, their fancy coffee maker, yeah. I mean, whose coffee maker needs a TV? No, but is that all right? So I don't know anybody that besides Paul that owns a Onefinity, but the table legs that are there, that looks like to me that looks like the Alt Mills table legs.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I first saw it.
All right, I didn't know if they had bought the Onefinity table to go along with it, or if they just used the Alt Mills table legs. But looking at it, I'm thinking it's the Alt Mills table legs that they probably just screwed into some 2x4s and put it together. So it's kind of funny. He's like, we don't know what to do with this thing now that we're done with it.
Toss it this way.
Yeah, right.
I won't say no.
Yeah, sit it down here. We'll do some testing on it. But yeah. So that's the Elite with the Masso 3 Touch, all that good stuff. So pretty fun. But yeah, I mean, he takes you all throughout their setup. They even show their OhmTech laser that they have to do the window screens for some stuff.
I was drilling on. Wait, where'd it go? There it is.
Oh yeah, all the Prusas.
Yeah,
they're making their dust boots. All of them just humming away. Pretty wild. But, it's pretty cool to watch. I mean, I don't know, it's like 20, 30 minutes long. Cody's asking, you ever see the robotics coffee maker? No, I haven't seen the robotics coffee maker. I'll have to look at that one.
I'm gonna have to do another morning with coffee using this thing, talking about coffee makers.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Oh wow!
Sick.
There you go.
It's one of those vacuum.
Yeah.
And it makes a good cup. It takes a little bit, but it's fun.
Huh. Very cool. Yeah, these guys, they got a setup out there, up there in the 51st state. Oh yes, Cody, please do send me a link to that. I would like to check that out. Look at the machines they got running around. They got like at least a dozen alt mills running around in various states of disassembly, because they got their engineers making stuff for it or testing new things out, or they need it they make a tool from it, to thread stuff. It's pretty wild setup that they have going on. Look at the gantry arms on that thing. It's like an inch thick. That's wild. Yeah, look at those things. That's fantastic.
It's rigid.
Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. The other video that they just put out was a little bit different for them as far as in a project video is concerned, because usually they talk in the project video about what they're doing and what the reasoning is behind their doing stuff. In this one, I forget the guy's name right offhand. I don't know why I'm blanking on it, but he does a lot of their project videos. But there's no voiceover at all. There's no explanation to any of it. It's just following him doing the project. And he's making a giant fishing lure.
Cool.
With some 2x4s, yeah. And does 3D carving on both sides of it, and then glues it together, sands it, and then paints it, all that stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, even has a big chunk of Scott. Yes, thank you, Andy. Thank you. Yeah, he even does. Yeah, he made look at the giant hooks. I'm guessing those are commercially available. Maybe. I mean, could those be a real
Oh
hook?
yeah. Especially for ocean fishing.
Yeah. Okay. So, which would make making the giant lure. There's the little guy that he's modeling it after, and pretty awesome. Good looking project. His paint job on it at the end is really good, and he's doing it all with rattle cans. That was the part I thought was pretty wild too. But he makes a nice little stand for it while he's painting, and then puts the acrylic piece into the middle when he's all done painting it and stuff.
Does he try it out?
I don't think he does. But yeah, I mean, the finished product though is really pretty cool. He's got something written on there, but it's backwards, so I couldn't really read what it was saying on the acrylic piece. But man, look at that thing. It turned out so good. But see, it's backwards. What is it?
Original Rapella?
Oh, okay. So maybe that's the name of the lure.
Yeah, fishing lure.
Okay. Maybe that's on the original one too. No, just smaller. No. All right. Well, that makes sense then. Very cool. But yeah. Great project though. Turned out so good. Pretty sweet. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll keep on moving on then. Proper printing. We've talked about him many times in the past, and I love his shirt. If it ain't stupid, it ain't stupid if it works.
True. Good point.
Yeah. So we actually talked about the first part of this video like maybe a month ago or so. It's where him and the guy from Spain. I can't remember his name, but he's that guy. There you go, Ivan. Ivan Miranda. He big YouTube guy, has made a big
humongous
stuff. Yeah. He's done like life-size prints of himself and stuff like that. But him and the guy from Proper Printing, they made a belt printer out of a treadmill in the last video that we were talking about with this. And in this video, they printed out a kayak in one piece. All right, so
that's crazy.
It had many problems along the way as they're printing it out, but impressive, absolutely impressive. I mean, had no idea how to design a kayak, but he was just like, "Yep, we're just designing a kayak," and it was kind of funny because they didn't realize until they had printed like the first foot or so of it that they had the design mirrored. So, and they were doing it all. Prusa gave them all the filament to do this this project, and they the show that the Maker Faire that they're going to is in Prague, which is where Prusa is, and so they put Prusa Research something or other on the boat, but turns out it's all backwards.
Whoops.
Yeah, so they kind of lean into the whole backwards thing as it keeps going along, but he's they run into problem after problem. Originally, they were trying to make it a 2-person kayak. And they have probably put the minor setback sign up.
I love that.
Yeah. then they end up having to they figure out how they can modify the G code in the middle of the print, so that they can make changes to it. So they end up making it into a one-person kayak by the end of it to be able to be done in time. And if they had problems with like layer separation or something like that, they could go back however many layers they needed to go forward again and keep on building it. So impressive project, especially for not having any kind of kayak design experience. Like they did a really good job with it, and an experimental printer that they're just messing with. Yeah, they throw an iron on there, and they had a 3D printed pen. And the damn thing floated. It worked. It didn't work really well. It wasn't designed to be a real kayak, but it kept on tipping on them when they were actually trying it. So you had to, if you paddled fast, you were okay. But as soon as you slowed down, it would tip over. This guy right there is actually a kayak person. And so he's like, I'm going to give it a try. But he, of course, is a bigger man. And so he couldn't put his legs into it. But yeah, he's like, all right, let's go. So, yep, falls over. There you go. But overall, I mean, it's a pretty good success. They made a kayak out of one piece, and it worked sort of. When they designed the paddles, they also did the paddles backwards, which I thought was funny too. My favorite part of the whole video, though, isn't even about the 3D printing part of it. So there's one part where they're like, okay, we need to make some T-shirts. And like I said, they were kind of leaning into the whole. Oh no, it's like right towards the end of the before they go take off, before they get to this area of Prague, and testing it out when they're still printing the boat out. But they're printing. So you see Joseph's shirt there. It says everyone's a maker, but only I'm a printer, something like that. So they decided to make T-shirts. There it is right there. And they printed it backwards, of course, because everything's backwards on the boat. But if you notice, they're women's T-shirts. They didn't realize it until they went to go put them on, that they weren't even like normal T-shirts. That they had women's. Look at them. Yeah. Oh, it was so funny. I felt so bad for them because they were so excited about these shirts and all that, but they never even tried putting them on or whatever after they made them until they got there and they start putting them on. They're like, wait a second, these are women's shirts. They're not regular T-shirts.
That's pretty cool.
I would have still worn it. I would have been in for a penny, in for a pound at that point. But too funny. Too funny. That was my favorite part of the whole thing. It absolutely made me laugh out loud when they showed that, and he's putting it on. It's like, wait a second. Yeah. See, but he should have put proper printing on backwards as well. Like they should have just completely had everything backwards. Oh, I think maybe he did because that I think they mirrored that part. See there, yeah. So, but too funny. There it is. Yeah, so everything's backwards on the boat, and of course the shirts were backwards and female shirts instead of regular T-shirts.
Well, it's backwards, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, they should have completely leaned into all of it and just said, "Forget it. We're gonna wear them regardless." Too funny. But great video. Absolutely great video. They put beer cans in it because that was in the model that he'd drawn up. And then, of course, he gets right in it and flips it, and the cans go everywhere. Too funny. It's definitely fun watch. So what? Here he goes. Yeah, he's not even paddling yet, and that boat wants to go. It's like, he's so excited for like a half a second. In the water.
There goes the can.
There goes the can. Definitely a fun video to watch. So, all right, well, let's move on then. We've been in here almost an hour and a half already, and we still got a couple more to go. So, so this is what happens when we don't have a show last week. This one's got to be extra long just to make up for it.
Yeah, it's for the. Dave's got a fun setup.
Oh yeah,
that is nice.
They put out a couple of videos over the past 2 weeks, but this is the newest one, I believe it was, talking about like setups for going to shows.
Yep.
So he's talking about his enclosed trailer and how he goes to shows. He's got chairs for other people to sit in. He's got his displays. Brings his laser along with him. With an air purifier to try not to smoke everybody that's around him, all that good stuff. Even if it's raining, he can still operate it inside the trailer if he needed to. Good video. Lots of good tips on doing show stuff.
See, the one thing different is like on mine. When I did this, I used to travel around with my laser and stuff. I turned mine into like a toy hauler, right?
Yeah.
I had a fold down bed in it, the whole 9 yards. So I'd literally stay in the trailer.
Nice.
If it was over a weekend and if I wasn't close to home.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I like his table and setup.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, being able to do some stuff right there at a show is it's going to make people want to buy from you.
Oh yeah.
I think Dave's the show that he was prepping for. I think it was today. I don't know if it goes tomorrow or not, but I know it was. He was talking about in the video that it was today. So hopefully he had a profitable day. And
at least fun, I hope.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll find out tomorrow night when he and Steve do their show, I'm sure. But very cool. Good job. And on the other end of the Clack Shack, we do have Ventari Steve.
I love this.
Oh yes, this is a great video. So I was so happy because you and I, Sean, we talked about this these thoughts or ideas. And for the Eufy. So Steve's trying to do some stuff that other people might not have thought about with these machines. And so the Eufy make is it's a UV printer.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm a little chubby here, but that's okay.
Hey, if you got to eat some extra cakes, you got to eat extra cake.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so Steve's working on doing different things with the Eufy Make printer, which was putting stuff on for like train layouts and stuff like that. And as I'm watching this video, I'm like, well, Sean's buying one for sure now.
That's what I was just going to ask if he got in on that yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, it's so great.
It is.
Man, you go to a train show with this thing, you could make
just knock them out.
Oh yeah.
And the other
you could do that stuff. It really he was telling you about how long these things were taken to do. It's not very long that it's taken to print on there. So I mean you could do that at a show and
the longest is probably just the setup.
Yeah. Yeah, here you go, $30, and we'll do put whatever you want on the train that you just bought from this other guy, and or on the house or custom billboards or whatever. I mean there's money there. There's definitely money there. The only thing I don't like about that printer itself is that like the ink that it's got to clean itself, and if you don't use it every day. So I mean I could see taking it to a show, getting it ready to go to the show, and then using it there, and then have it clean itself out and put it away till the next show.
Does that use a preparatory?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, the ink, yes.
And I'm sure it's reasonably priced.
Oh, yes. But you know what? When you look at how much ink he used, it didn't sound
it's not a huge amount. I mean, yeah.
He said he didn't use much ink on those.
Yeah. Yeah, look how small he was able to get it to go, though. Like that general store thing that's impressive.
Bitty.
Yeah.
Because N scale is really, I mean, compare the fingertips to.
Yeah. Oh, and I love the signs on the side of the building and stuff like that. Man, that in the train community, I could see that thing could pay for itself very quickly.
Oh, yeah. One show.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I take
like not even just for I love the graffiti part of it, like doing it on the trains. I think that's pretty awesome. But even just doing signage on buildings and stuff like that, I think that is that's a good thing to be able to do for somebody.
Yeah, dude, I'm loving it.
Yeah, even if with how expensive it is to operate, the expense of operating that machine. Let's just say you just wanted to run it like one day a week or something like that, and you just tell your customers, look, I do the design stuff for it on throughout the week. I run everything on this day, and it'll get shipped out next week, and that's just the way it is. Somebody gets cut off and isn't going to make it until the next week of print, then so be it.
Well, if you get to the point where you can run it every day, I don't think you'll lose a lot.
Yeah, right. Yeah, true. But I would think like at the beginning though, you kind of have to plan it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to make it cost effective. Yeah.
Well, I was looking at the other UV printer. There's so many bonuses with this little guy. I wish it was bigger. One is the software. Let's see here, right here.
Yeah.
To where you can literally lay it down. It takes all the guesswork out of it. Because when I was looking at the other printers, you'd have to lay it on the bed and then hopefully line up your work to where it'll hit your item, your project. Here, it takes all the guesswork out. You literally line it up to the item and go for it. I mean, using the camera that's on board.
Yeah, that's cool. Has that? We didn't include this one on the Kickstarter stuff, but has the Kickstarter finished for this yet?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Let me look and see if I can pull it up. But yeah, I mean, what a great tool.
I mean, Steve, I know you're teasing me because you got Vault-Tec there, and then of course, what does he put on the side of the building? The Nuka Girl.
Oh. Let's see where. Oh,
this looks so cool.
Yeah, too awesome. I mean, there's definitely, it's so interesting. Like there's so many niches and stuff like that out there for people to make money, and like just different tools that will open that up.
Well, there's so many other things besides like modeling rail. I mean, I love it for the model railroading. But then my thought is like, well, I could do this and get switch plate covers, right? And you could put the front end of an engine on it, and that'd be your switch plate. Or I'd take a picture of myself standing there like this, and then put that on the switch plate cover.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, the wife would like that.
I thought you were going to do like, maybe you should do one of the what is it, the bread tie things that are big in 3D printing right now. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Well, aren't those 3D printed?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess you can call it too.
Okay. So I don't know, Sean. You got 13 days to decide, dude. Holy cow!
My thing is, I invested into inventory into my.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you.
Oh, dude, so bad. Yeah.
They have 14,310 backers right now.
That's going to be a while.
$35.3 million. Wow.
And what's it cost to back it?
20, is it 27 or something like that?
Let me go down here and look. See what it is right now. Okay. $1,699.
That ain't bad.
For the basic bundle.
What's it with like the rotary and stuff?
Let's see here. With the rotary bundle is $1,970. And the laminator bundle is $1,970.
Still ain't bad.
And if you get the deluxe bundle, which I'm assuming has both of them, is $2,552.
Okay, maybe that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, because then you get all of it.
All you got to do is sign your name, Sean.
That's it. Make that money.
Right.
Whew.
Yeah.
Man.
Sign my name.
That's wild. $35 million.
Oh, it's a hit. It's right off the get go.
Yeah. Yeah, good for them. No, but again, this is in Eufy's part of Anchor. So I mean, it's not even like Anchor has enough money that they didn't need to do Kickstarter. But I mean, as a pre-order thing, but I guess it's marketing. You know, Kickstarter's a good marketing tool. So,
see, here's the other thing that caught my attention, because you have two different levels here as it's printing.
Yeah,
and it still looks friggin' phenomenal down below.
Yeah, yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah,
so cool. Great tool.
One day I will have one.
Oh yeah. No. Here, I forgot. I'm locked out of where I needed to be because I was looking at Eufy. There we go. All right. Well, let's move on then. We got a couple more here. We got Becky Stern. So we've never talked about Becky Stern. I don't know really anything about her other than she does have a 3D printer. So she did these as a product for a restaurant, which I thought was pretty cool. So I guess the restaurant was doing like a tasting type of thing. So the thought process is, they give you a mushroom, and you take the lid off of it to find out which drink or whatever it is that you're having next. I guess it's part of the theme to the whole thing. And so she took this mushroom model and broke it up and made it into what she needed it to be, which is pretty cool. She even, like, to keep it from rolling around once it's on the table, she flattened out one of the dots that you glue in, which is a good idea for it to sit level where it needs to be and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. She showed you how she made the LED that goes inside of it. There's no resistor, and she was like, "Yeah, you don't need one for what this is." So
yeah, because she's using a low powered battery.
Yeah, but a pretty cool project. The way she walks through how she did it and her reasonings behind doing stuff was pretty awesome. She worked in a little hole to be able to have a switch to turn the lights on and off. So it's just not like a normal person can just reach in there and turn it on and off. You got to know what you're doing and what to do to shut it on and off. So it's a pretty cool project. Definitely gives thoughts and ideas on what you can do for businesses. Some good ideas. So,
or even just a centerpiece.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, we'll move on then to Sanford Prime. This is pretty cool. He was talking about some of the different tools and stuff that he's made with 3D printing and all that, and he needed sawhorses. So he figured, let's try making some sawhorses out of 3D printing. So he had some design criteria. It had to fit on the 3D printing bed in one piece. It's got to be able to, the sawhorse needs to be able to fold, stuff like that. And so he designed this piece here and printed them out and then tested them for strength. And it turned out really good. I don't think he ever says like what the infill is that he does on it.
You look at it; it looks like one of Dave's prints.
Yeah. There it looks like it's 100%. But I don't know if that's just because that's the software, the modeling software that he used in it, or what. But he uses one spools per set, so I don't. You can see there's infill there.
Yeah,
or that it's not 100%. So
no. I bet you it's about 40 or 50.
It could be, yeah. But it's pretty cool, and it handled a good amount of weight. I forget how much he even puts on there before he just gives up on it or something. But a pretty cool idea to make 3D printed folding sawhorses.
Holy smokes!
Yeah,
355 pounds.
Yeah, so I mean, he's loading stuff up on there, more than what he probably ever would normally, anyhow. But yeah, so and it probably could hold a whole lot more than that. He doesn't max it out trying to break stuff. So
that's a good solid design.
Hey, it could hold me.
Yeah.
Plus 54 more pounds. So, a couple months ago, it could hold me and 15 pounds.
Oh, he got a 475.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, he must have gone to get another wagon full. But yeah, I mean, it holding plenty of weight on him. Pretty cool setup. I forget where the files are. I think you can get the files from that he has them listed up somewhere. Maybe on Things or something like that. Or on printables. Okay. So if you want to print your own out, you can. So
you know what I'll do? There we go.
There you go.
Whoops.
Pretty wild though. Good use of stuff. Hey, look at that. Wow. 3 handsome guys. The last one that we got for this week is YGK3D. This video just came out like today, I think, or maybe yesterday.
One day.
Yeah. All right. So yesterday. To AI is nuts. Like, it can't take the place of a person yet, but it's pretty impressive. So the thought behind this video was twofold. One is using AI to make a model, and one to use an AI to slice the model. So there's a slicer that's based off of forked off of Orca Slicer that has an AI chatbot thingy built into it. And so you tell it what you want it to do, and it will come up with the recommendations and changes to do that. So, like, if you print something out and say, oh, here you go. This is the print came out horrible. It's got gaps in it or something like that. And the slicer will then say, okay, well, we need to change this setting and this setting as possible reasons why it had those gaps to fix it. And it's pretty wild, like what it can do so far. Is it perfect? No, not yet.
And he's right about security issues with it.
Yeah. There's definitely some possible security issues because you don't know what server the AI is sitting on right now. But the possibilities of what this can do is pretty wild. He does make comment in there about like people that don't like the AI stuff, and because it's taking away the learning aspect of slicing and 3D printing and stuff like that. But I disagree. My thought process on it is that if you go back to like 1918, let's say, when you had a car, you had to do the retard. You had to manually retard the timing on the car. You don't do that anymore. You have fuel injection that takes care of that for you, and you can concentrate on doing 70 and a 35. Just kidding. Yeah, so it's kind of neat though to see where things are and where they're going. Oh, look at that! He's got a SVO 8 Max video too. Oh, that's there. Oh, look at the background. See the background? He's got that popsicle.
Yes,
that was in that other shot. The SVO 8 Max shot. Oh, that's right. I did watch.
I think he did a video on that one too.
Yeah, he did. I don't remember it, but I think I watched it. I don't know. I watched so many of these videos that some of them all run together. But yeah, so he used to. Oh, that was the other fun part. Was he was talking about people don't like the thought of using AI in 3D printing because it will set your printer on fire.
Yeah,
and so he tries to get the AI to, or I think it was ChatGTP, to write a program to set his printer on fire, and it wouldn't do it. It was like, nope, I'm not letting you do that. It's like, I don't want it to be destructive. But then it was like, if you, the chat bot was saying something about like, but if you want to test your thermal runaway stuff, blah, 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 we can do some different testing with that. But it was like just to, I guess, be able to cycle it and be able to fake it into doing the sensor, but it wouldn't let you actually set the printer to go thermal runaway. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But, fun times. So an interesting future. We're all going to get killed by Skynet anyway. So it's coming.
AI is taking off extremely fast.
Oh yeah, it's wild how quick it's and how good it's getting so fast.
Check this out.
Yeah. Yeah. Too fun. So I mean, if you really think about it, like the last 150 years, like what has happened with humanity. Before that, it was pretty bog standard. You got up, you went out to the field, you farmed the field all day or whatever it was, and within 100 years, looking long term, if you look 500, 1,000 years in the future, you're going to see this really crazy blip right now, like which really is only happening over 100-year period.
Yeah,
and that's going to be pretty wild. People are going to, when they have their time machines, they're going to come back to this type of a time frame to see what was going on, and they're going to see army parades.
Yeah. So, that reminds me, happy 250th birthday.
Yes. It was pretty cool. I was watching when we were at a picnic today, and we got home, and I had to run out. We're done with these videos for today. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go back to normal. There we go. We had a family picnic we had to go to, and on the way to the picnic, I was of course, my wife should just let me drive. My wife likes to drive everywhere we go, which is fine with me for the most part. And because it allows me to get on Facebook Marketplace. And so on the way to the picnic, made a purchase. So after the picnic, I had to go pick it up. So I got a Sabine Wren. This is a Star Wars helmet for anybody that doesn't recognize it.
Oh, fun!
This is one of the characters. Her Mandalorian helmet, and this is it's one of the Black Series helmets. So it actually has like stuff on the inside and all that. It's pretty cool. No, it does not fit. Look at this. This is how I wanted to start the show, but I completely forgot about it because I thought it'd be funny. I can actually see right here that my eyes are right here. So but it would have been kind of funny to be able to start the show like this. It's hurting my head, like the eyes up here are like pressing into my forehead. But so it doesn't fit at all. But it'll be a good display piece.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, that's a Baymax. Nice. Oh, that's not. Well, that's a Mandalorian helmet, right? Or is that Baymax? It looks like Baymax from Big Hero 6.
3D printed.
Huh?
3D printed.
Nice. So, my wife has one that's from Bo-Katan, which is another Star Wars character that is. She bought hers down in Disney when she went to California a couple years ago.
That's the one with the spikes on it?
No, it actually looks like this, except for it's blue and has different paint job to it.
Oh, but, okay.
Got this for $40. So, I was hers. My wife's was like 120, so I got it for. It'll be a nice little display piece. So pretty cool.
Display piece.
Anybody that likes Star Wars stuff. So
I can't stand it myself, but well,
it's all good. So, well, that's it. We did it. We did the 100th show. I mean, it was an hour and 50 minutes long. So, thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight and every night every Saturday night for the last 100 weeks. There you go. There you go, Sean. And here's the next 100 of them. Hopefully we keep doing it, and Paul doesn't get bored with us. And
Paul doesn't drop dead.
Yeah, we definitely don't need that.
We need you to hang around a while.
Yeah. You're too expensive to replace.
Yeah.
Now I gotta dust this.
See?
I get all over my hat too.
Yeah, it's all over your hat. Sean, you got anything else for us tonight?
Yes, you know what? Wednesday, late morning coffee with Klondike.
There you go.
Other than that, everyone be kind, be safe.
Get after it.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Corliss, what do you got?
Happy Father's Day to all those fathers out there.
True. Very true. I have seen some very funny Father's Day sayings. Most of them, all of them, completely inappropriate. So,
shoot out one of them. Let's hear it.
Oh, I usually call my dad and I wish him a happy Sperm Donors Day. Yeah, he always he finds that one funny. There was one that I actually saw this afternoon. That was Happy Father's Day weekend, gentlemen. Remember, she just wanted a back rub. Now look at you out there being great dads and shit. So I thought that was pretty good. But there's some good ones out there. Oh, fun times. So again, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. It's a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoy it too. And I guess we'll see you for 101 next week, and we'll keep after it. So
Thumbs up.
Until then, peace out, sauerkraut. We still don't have an outro, so it just ends here. So see you later.